And since I'm a huge star now, kidding. Hey guys, what's going on? So, big news for my channel. I have 59 subscribers. I mean, yeah, not 59k subscribers, no, 59. But it means that 59 people, okay, well, like maybe 15 of them are my parents and friends, but the rest of you actually trusted me enough to press the subscribe button, and I really highly appreciate it. It means a lot because, I mean, I make this video every week and I try to grow my channel, and if there are, you know, even 50-40 people who actually find it at least a little bit interesting, it counts. Today we're going to talk about agencies who provide services to their clients, like design services or marketing or branding or video production or I don't know, copywriting. Maybe not so creative services, but still. It's really important to, you know, set the workflow and organize all the work within the agency so that work will go smoothly and your team will be productive and your clients will be happy and all of these important things. Welcome to the part 1, and there's going to be a part 2. We're going to talk about setting up efficient workflows, project management tools, benefits, effective communication strategies, managing time and resources, and monitoring and reporting. Today we're going to talk about first 3, and in a week we're going to finish this topic with the last 2 points. As my background is, well, basically agencies who provide services, I could be a guide from inside and show you, you know, some secrets and rules how to set up stuff so that your team will work productive and your clients will be happy. So let's go. Before we go, if you're new to this not so fast but still growing channel, please press the subscribe button, thumb up, ring the bell, and wait till bloopers in the end. So thanks, and now let's go to the topic. The first thing to do is set up the efficient workflows, which in a normal human being language means to create some rules and algorithms of work so that, you know, people won't need to invent a bicycle. They will just, you know, take what is already set up and just do their work. You have some processes in your agency, right? All the steps A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. So the first thing is to identify key tasks for each of these processes and then break down it into smaller tasks so that it will be easier for understanding and so that it won't seem too heavy and unachievable. Document everything. And I don't mean that, you know, to create boring 18 front and back pages documents, but, you know, create documents which will reflect all the processes, everything, you know, all the steps that your employees, your team have to do. Ensure that all those workflows are reflected clearly in the documents. Don't make it, you know, too complicated or in some ununderstandable language, you know, smart language. Just make it clear for your team. Then you define roles and responsibilities. Basically, for all the workflow, for each process, for each task, you define who is responsible and who is the team for doing that, who will approve all the tasks and stuff like that, and assign roles, of course, based on the expertise and you know, background of your team members. Establish timelines and deadlines for each workflow. So basically, once you have, you know, the process written down, put into some smaller steps, you should identify how much time each step should take and also communicate it with your team. They are the ones who have expertise in that. So, you know, go talk to them, understand what is the correct timeline for each workflow and just, you know, put it there. Implement approval processes. Basically, it means what are the stages of approving each task. For example, you know, team makes the task, then you know, team lead may approve it, or a project manager or account manager may approve it, then or not approve it, because they are basically represent the client to the team. Then it moves to the client, and then client should approve it. And also, it's really important to set the criteria so that everyone will understand what considers a good job. You know, it just makes sense. Integrate tools and software. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but it's really important. Train your team. Basically, if you come up with some processes, workflows, and even if you created these documents, but you didn't explain it to your team in a way that they would actually understand it and in the way that they would respect these workflows and use it, then you just did all this job in vain. So it's important part of the job to have some quality time where you will communicate with your team and provide all the information and train them to use it and listen their feedback. It may seem like, oh, it's just some unimportant inner processes, we'll handle it somehow. Yeah, there are some project management tool, let's not use it or use it partly because clients are number one priority. But your team will be exhausted because they will have to come up with some new ideas of how they should do their job, or they have to over communicate instead of actually working. So just spend the time on setting up system and explain it to your team. Continuous improvement. Well, once you set up your workflow, you put it down into documents, you communicate it with your team. But in the working process, in the field, you will see that some of the processes that you came up with, they simply don't work. They're not productive, or they're just unnecessary. So be flexible to work on it, and don't make it like closed deal. Make it a work in progress. Project management tools benefits. Okay. We all like putting down things on paper because humanity have been using it for like hundreds of years. But it's so exhausting. Use project management tools and organize your work with it, and let's discuss why it's important and how you can benefit from it. Benefit number one: consistency and collaboration. Every member of the team can just go there and see what they should do, when this should be done, what's going on with everyone else, what is the load of their teammates, project timelines, tasks, responsibilities. Everything will be just really visible and simple, and why not use it? The next benefit is transparency. Basically, every team member can just go and see what is the status of each task, and then they can plan their work, or they can understand the potential risks, and then we can communicate it, and we won't have those risks anymore. Stuff like that. Next benefit is productivity. You automate stuff that you had to think about before. So you don't have to keep it in your mind and waste your time on communicating in different chats or emails or something like that, or just calls. You just put everything in a task, and there it is. You don't have to waste your time and energy on steps that are not necessary. Centralized information and documentation. Everything you want to know about the project or a client or the workflow will be in one place. So you just go there and you see all the information you need. The next one is real-time updates and notifications. Once you're done, you just, for example, move your task to the next step, and your teammate see the notification, and then he starts doing that. Especially if you set up the workflow that we've discussed in the beginning, then you don't have to worry about it. Your team knows what to do. Once one step is done, what next step should be and when it should be and how they will know about it. Also, project management tools are really great tools for data analysis and reporting. You can go back and see what was going on within the sprint or a month or a project, whatever, and you will just see the whole picture. You can see the history of who did what. You can see what you can improve and how you can make your team's life easier. The last one for today is effective communication strategies. I believe I've talked about it in almost every video that I've made up till now, that communication is the key. So let's talk about what actions we can do to make sure that communication in your agency is going smoothly. One of the most important things is to have regular check-ins with your team. You can have daily, weekly, bi-weekly meetings where you will discuss the workflow of the project, you know, some ups and downs, maybe have some troubles or risks that you can work on. And it's also very important to keep those meetings, you know, focused and not to spread around and waste time on, you know, unimportant topics. Just leave that fluid for some other time, because then, you know, your team won't want to go to those meetings, and those are really important. Status updates. Basically, for this one, you actually will need those project management tools we've discussed. Encourage your team to use them on daily basis and provide the updates in those tools so that you will keep, you know, the system working. Feedback cycles. Encourage your team to provide feedback on what's working and what is not working. Don't just, you know, accept it, but react it somehow, but, you know, in a non-aggressive way, of course. Make communication clear. Don't use, you know, technical, some smart words that may only just part of your team understand. You know, don't over smart yourself and your team. Just communicate in simple language, because the main goal here is for everyone to understand you, right? And if it's needed, just use some charts, some I don't know, visuals, maybe presentations, slides, whatever, just to make information that you want to provide as clear as it could be. Create a safe space for your team. Make your team feel safe to share their thoughts and even feelings on what's going on the processes that you've built, because, well, you're a human being and you may make mistakes, and they are those people who should point you at those mistakes, and it's totally okay. Create the culture in your company where everyone will listen to each other and it will be like a normal thing. Recognize your team's backgrounds and expertise and perspectives as well, and trust me, you will just benefit from it. Everyone just really wants to feel included and heard, so make it count and build that safe space for your team. So these were first 3 points of our topic. Today we've discussed how to set up efficient workflows, project management tools benefits for your agency, effective communication strategies. I really encourage you to try this out, and you will just see how it'll make yours and your team's life better and easier and just lighter. And also in next week episode, we will discuss managing time and resources and monitoring and reporting. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, go check my other videos, and see you in the next one. Bye. Because I need to go to a doctor. So thank you in the agencies who provide, not so fast but still growing channel. Sit one sit. Ouch. How much time each step? How much time each step? Algorithms of you know. I don't know. We decided to okay, moving on.